Yeah.
This whole bullshit argument about, well, it's settled law. So was segregation.
Right.
Plessy versus Ferguson was settled law in 1896, and thank God somebody said, let's unsettle it. So it's not, that's a bullshit argument. It's what you think. If you like babies, then you're pro-life.
What a great honor to be able to introduce for the first time ever.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Jasper Gonzo here. Another episode of What's Next, Weekend Edition. Of course, as always, your home for facts and common sense. Well, regarding facts and common sense, we're going to bring in this gentleman here because over the last several years, he has gotten a taste of the red pill. Yes, he's still a liberal, but he uses common sense, which of course is unheard of in the lib and woke-tards circles. And of course, regarding his comments, the woke-tard is losing their minds. And pretty much with this one, when it comes to baby murder, he's not having it. Let's take a look. This comes out of Breitbart. Bill Maher, arguing Roe is the settled law is nonsense. Plessy was settled law. On Friday's broadcast of HBO's Real Time, host Bill Maher said the arguments of Roe v. Wade is settled law is nonsense and pointing out that Plessy versus Ferguson, which of course got rid of segregation, was settled law in 1896, and thank God someone said, let's unsettle it. He also pushed back against arguments that overturning Roe would lead to overturning other precedents like marriage because abortion is unique, and it would make sense why someone who thinks abortion is murder doesn't think there is a right to one. Maher began his comments by saying that people can find legal justifications for whatever their opinions are anyway. He added, the whole bullshit argument about, well, it's settled law, so is segregation. Plessy versus Ferguson. It's not, that is a bullshit argument. It's what you think. If you like babies, then you are pro-life. If you think it's murder, I don't. Again, crazy me. But let's hear from Bill Maher himself.
Segregation.
Right.
Plessy versus Ferguson was settled law in 1896, and thank God somebody said, let's unsettle it. So it's not, that's a bullshit argument. It's what you think. If you like babies, then you're pro-life. And if you like you're sort of, I think, voicing what I've heard a lot this week. People have a sort of a worry about what I would call a domino theory of social rights. You think first it's abortion, and then it's gay rights, and then trans rights, and then weed goes, and then gay marriage, interracial marriage. That's what you're worried about?
Don't stir up fear now here, be honest.
Wait.
The right to privacy is what abortion is founded on in the Constitution, right? So if there's a right to privacy over a woman's choice whether to continue a pregnancy, that's the whole same set of cases, the same legal philosophy that said Mr. and Mrs. Loving had a right to get married even though one was white, one was black. Or Obergefell got to get married even though his husband was a guy. Or gay people can have sex. Or married people can use contraception.
Sodomy.
That was in the 1960s. That was a big case. Connecticut had outlawed contraception even for married couples.
But Clarence Thomas it's an interracial marriage. Do you think Clarence Thomas? I feel like what I'm saying is I really feel like abortion is unique.
It is.
It is because people either you just have this view that it's murder. I could put the argument on a hat when people talk about a woman's right. Murder isn't a right. If you think it's murder, I don't. Again, crazy me.
My thoughts. Well, there you have it from, again, tasting the red pill, Bill Maher. But of course, Bill Maher still is a liberal, hands down. He's old school liberal, but still liberal nonetheless. But when you have idiots on the left who think that if Roe goes down, that interracial marriage goes down, gay marriage goes down. Well, gay marriage doesn't exist. Gay marriage is a oxymoron. But when it comes to this, as I look at Bill Maher's comments, and of course the left, those on the woke mob can't stand Bill Maher because Every time he opens his mouth lately, it's been about common sense and actual science. So when you have, I forgot the other guy who was on the panel. I know he was part of the Clinton crew, making comments regarding to the right to privacy. And of course, he didn't bring up the 14th Amendment. But of course, the 14th Amendment is constantly used in regards to this. That, you know, when you talk about, well, you know, these are the philosophies that has been used as a foundation for Roe v. Wade. Well, as those scholars know, Roe v. Wade was created out of whole cloth. There was not this clamoring of you know, my body, my choice 2 years prior to the landmark decision. But for the same people who are saying my body, my choice, you had no problem having the government intrude upon your body when it came to the coof and taking experimental medications to supposed help you regarding the coof. You know, your 15 boosters. That you didn't have a problem with. You had no problem with people being locked up in their houses for the better part of a year and a half. You had no problem with a number of senior citizens being locked up away from their children because they couldn't see their kids. And eventually, like in New York, under former Governor Andrew Cuomo, 15,000 plus elderly died under his watch. That you didn't have a problem with. But when it comes to this, oh, it's my body, my choice. We need to protect women's rights. When 5 minutes ago, men could get pregnant. Now, no, it's women who can get pregnant, and we need to protect women's rights. So, again, more hypocrisy from the left. But when it comes to Bill Maher, common sense rules supreme. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. And we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.